Okay, we're recording. Kedi,
Right.
you find yourself on the enemy dreadnought. You've managed to, sneak your way on board using the ability that Escalon has taught you. The ability to step through dimensions, so to speak, and get to these locations much, much quicker than you normally would have. Thus far, it's proven to be exceptionally useful. Right now, you're in the sort of hold area, and you've just arrived recently. There doesn't seem to be too many people around, just the occasional, worker, just sort of going down a checklist, perhaps, or, the occasional patrol, that sort of thing. What would you like to do?
Let's see. If I'm currently in the hold, I'm gonna be just trying to sneak my way along the corridor. Quick question: how often can I use this power? What's the limit on it? I guess.
I'm going to say that the cost depends on the location you want to traverse to and how big you want to make the portal. So if it's just
Uh,
you, it'll probably be like a minimum of 30 potential.
all right, got you. If that's the case, then I'll be sneaking along, just along the ship to try to figure out what's going on and where. And the thing I'm looking for the most is just like the officers' quarters.
Gotcha. Gotcha. God fucking damn this cat, dude. What the hell?
Oh yeah, it's going off in the background.
Yeah, just decides to start meowing like right now of all times. What the fuck? Anyways, continuing on. You're sneaking along, deftly avoiding the different patrols, the different people. Um, 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna go try and quiet this down. 1 second. The fuck, man? Stop. Okay. Fucking roommate left his door closed and the cat's trying to fucking get in there to use the bathroom. Okay, going on. You're sneaking along, deftly avoiding the different patrols, the different people, and you come across a section of the ship that appears to have been heavily damaged. It's just a gaping hole in the hull. The wood is all splintered and pieces of it are like lining the inside. You see many, many workers just rushing to patch this up. You also pass by the engine, and you see the gigantic Modrite core. Two of them, in fact. Something that strikes you as odd because most ships are only equipped with one. So for something like this to exist, they really, really pumped all of their resources into this. You overhear a conversation as you're just skulking about. So, we've managed to repair the shield core. The engine core is fine, of course. Not damaged. The perks of having two separate ones. I do have to say I admire the Gigayan's ingenuity. It is excellent. But it's managed to be repaired. No problem. They didn't do too much of a number on it. The hull should be done in a few hours, sir. And you're watching this conversation and you notice these two people, the man talking and the one that he's talking to, both have an aura not unlike your own surrounding them. One of them, in fact, looks very familiar to you. It's the same red aura that you saw down below. That was cloaking all of the different slaves they were keeping down there. Just this piercing red aura, as well as the scent of blood upon the air. It makes you uneasy, to say the least. The other man, he speaks, and he says to the man that was previously talking, "How long will it take to patch up the hull? They could attack us at any moment. We need to be prepared as soon as possible." It shouldn't take too long, sir. I see just about a few more hours, I think. I can try and speed things along if I must. Do so. And make it quick. I have other things I need to attend to. And he walks past, and he looks over towards your direction, and you actually manage to, like, duck down just as he looks at you. But you don't know if he saw you or not.
Alright. I'm just gonna try to stay hidden in this position, but if I still have my knife on me, I'll pull it out just in case he decides to walk over there.
You wait for a moment. Nothing happens. He doesn't come over. And then you see him, and you feel his presence walk past you, going towards the opposite direction of where you were going. Towards where you're presuming the officer quarters are.
Got you. I'll look around a bit to see if anybody else is there, and then I'll try to sneak behind them to the officers' quarters, peeking into the doorway.
Okay. You continue to sneak along, and you reach a locked door. You're assuming that this is the officers' quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. You unlock the door. You've done this before, it's no problem for you. And you step inside and lock the door back behind you, I'll say. Do you do that, or are you okay with that? I'd imagine you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I locked the door behind me.
Alright, you lock the door behind you. And, you notice this room is very nicely decorated. You see a map of Skalander, spread out over a desk. And you go and you observe it. It has key locations sort of marked down. Various different sorts of notes written on it. As well as a journal next to it.
Alright. I'm going to pocket the map, and then on top of that, I'm going to start to flip through the journal to see if I can find anything of interest.
Alright. You open the journal, and you turn towards the beginning of it, and you notice a name, Arden Allegrante. You're presuming that is the owner of this journal.
Alright.
You begin to read through. And I'll just start saying what you see here. I met today a man, a strange one, cloaked in shadows. He offered me a power, something I couldn't pass up. I saw what he could do with this. And once I did, I knew that there was no refusing it. I've been able to manipulate the people here, bend them to my will, have them do whatever I please. With this, I can finally set things right. And just as you're reading through this, before you can even get another page in, you hear a voice from in front of you. Well, isn't this a surprise? And you look up and you see someone in the same room as you, but you did not hear them open the door whatsoever. They have this sort of like blonde hair and sort of pale skin. Their eyes sort of set upon you, and you notice it's the same man from before, the one with the red aura.
Gotcha.
He has a sword by his side, a broadsword, dressed in very nice clothing. I have to hand it to you. You're pretty sneaky.
It's what I do best. I have to say the same for you, though. Didn't even hear a footstep coming up behind me.
Indeed.
Hmm.
So, I have
So,
to ask then, since I've not just ended you, you must know that I am considering something more. I can tell that you're a man of intelligence and power. I'm assuming that you're a spy for the enemy, correct?
spy is, such a strong word. It's more like a temporary position, not really what I do professionally, but I guess you could say, yes, I am a spy at the current moment.
I see. What are they offering you?
We never really got to that part of the deal. They just said a whole lot of money.
I see. Well, I can offer you a whole lot of money as well. In fact, I can offer you a whole lot of money up front if you work for me.
Well, to be honest, there is no honor amongst thieves, so doesn't sound like a bad proposition. Exactly how much money and exactly what do you need me to do for you?
Keep your eyes on me, but open the drawer in front of you. Inside you'll find a bag. That's your first
All right.
payment.
He slowly, not taking his eyes off the dude, he slowly opens the drawer and pulls the bag out. It feels somewhat hefty, and he kind of shows it to the guy with it in his hand and says, exactly how much and what is in here?
It's about 200 coin.
I've had better days. Not bad, though.
I think that'll be good enough, and with the assurance that there's more to come in the future, of course.
Alright. And if I decide to take this bag, what exactly do you need from me?
I want to know exactly what the enemy is up to, what's happening, what their plans are, and who they have helping them. I know that you must have a shade over there with that sort of aura going around you, after all. Isn't that right?
Well, that would explain how you snuck up on me so well. The fact that you can see my aura probably means you have powers yourself.
You're right. Absolutely.
And what exactly do yours do? I'm still pretty new to this, so I'm not exactly sure what I got myself, to be honest.
He eyes you for a moment. And why would I tell you that? You haven't agreed to work with me yet. And besides, information like that is on a need-to-know basis.
Well, I feel like I need to know if I'm going to work with you. Don't want to be working with any type of freak.
My power lets me drive people into a sort of frenzy, if you will. Zeal. Unlike any other.
So that was you controlling all of those people earlier.
You could say that. I just brought out their loyalty.
Forced out their loyalty would probably be a better turn of phrase.
Forced is such a strong word.
Yeah, probably not inaccurate. Doesn't matter to me, though, as long as I'm not the person under control. He thinks it over for a second, looking at the bag. Well, I guess a little bit of pocket change won't hurt.
Then let's talk. Take a seat. Or stand, whatever you prefer.
I prefer to stand. Sitting puts you in too bad of a position if someone tries to attack you, you know?
Certainly. Of course. He takes his sword off of his side and he places it next to the door. Just a gesture to know that I'm perfectly willing to speak with you.
Well, go ahead and speak then.
He begins to pace in front of you, his boots clamping heavily down onto the floor. So then, what exactly have they been doing? How are they preparing for the coming battle?
Well, to be honest, that was a whole lot of me at first. I just went in there, spied on you a little bit, saw what was going on, and they just called in a few reinforcements that they had.
I see. And this shade, the one that's granted you your powers, how powerful is he?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't think I've seen him at his most powerful, but he's powerful enough to give me powers, and on top of that, he seems like he can take on quite a few men by himself. I'd say probably a strong 7 to light 8.
I see. I see. And what is your next move exactly? Do you have any idea?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not sure. I just came here to spy on you guys a little bit more, but from the sounds of it, my friends down there are doing a pretty good job at turning this thing around.
So it would seem. But I think their luck will run out soon. Call it a hunch.
Alright, well, if you want to give a bit more detail about that, I sure wouldn't stop you.
That will have to remain under wraps for now. As you're talking to this man, the more and more you speak with him, the more and more you get a hunch that you've met this person before. But you know that you haven't. You've never met him before.
Gotcha. Say, you seem somewhat familiar now that I think about it. Have I seen your face before?
Perhaps. I used to be a citizen, and he uses those words in irony, of Sandfalls. The Gagayan saw fit to banish me there. And so, I saw fit to take their country. And take it again I will.
Well, good luck with that, friend. Taking countries is not exactly my MO. And to be honest with you, I don't think the people I'm working with have much to do with that either.
So then, I'll take that as a declaration of you're not working with me then. Is that right?
Oh, I never said anything like that. I just said the people who I work with probably have no direct relation with what you're trying to do. At least nothing that I know of.
I see.
Unless you know something that I don't know. Other than trying to take this mine back from you, I don't exactly see how they'd be stopping your plans for countrywide domination.
Well, destroying my cannon was a pretty big declaration, if you ask me.
It was just a necessary bit to free these people that you had under your, what could I say, forced suggestion. Other than that, what have we done? We're not even following you out of this place. It seems pretty obvious to me that we're just trying to free these people you have enslaved, if we're going to call a spade a spade.
I see. What is your next move, Kedi? Like, how are you seeking to approach the situation?
I'm just seeing what he has and what he needs of me. And I guess with that being said, he starts talking to him again. If anything does come up, I'd be sure to tell you about it. We plan on traveling pretty extensively, and so I'm sure I'll run into quite a few of those people that are directly opposing you. And I'd be more than happy to give you information. It's not like it's my fight anyway.
Tell me about your allies, their capabilities and powers.
Well, one of them is a weird. I'm not exactly sure what she can do if I'm being honest. She doesn't really show her powers that much, but if I read the situation correctly, she's currently the leader of those weirds that we're leading in the battle. Or at least some of them anyway. Let's see, who else we got here? Another member of Sandfalls calls himself the Machine. Probably heard of him.
Oh, I'm very familiar with him.
Yeah, he seems to have some sort of powers of his own. Some sort of shade. Not sure what it does either. But he was very good at getting those people out of whatever frenzy you had him in earlier, so that's something to look out for.
How unfortunate.
The rest of them, they don't seem to have any types of powers. Just regular old humans trying to save the world and shit.
I see.
Yeah. Anything else you need to know about this band of brothers I'm riding along with?
Not particularly. In time, I believe that we will come to a direct confrontation, myself and them. When that happens, well, can I count on you to assist me?
Well, if by assist you you mean feed you information, then sure, think nothing of it. If by assist you mean fight, you lost me there. I'm not even fighting for these guys currently.
I see. Well, that is unfortunate.
How so? If we're all being honest here, I'm just a thief and a spy. I don't know what military capabilities I could be used for outside of intelligence gathering and the odd stealing here and there.
You ever thought about getting into the killing business? Not anything bloody, of course, just something more... What's the word I'm looking for? More underhanded, perhaps.
Well, that would really depend on what the payment's looking like. Killing, not really my thing. Even when I was a thief, I wasn't big on killing the people I was trying to steal from. It's just not a good look, you know?
Well, you don't have to worry about the look, no one sees you.
And no one ever sees me. That's what makes me the greatest thief there is.
I see. He reaches into his pocket and he tosses something to you. It's a vial. He says to you,
could he... Oh, go ahead.
That's a poison. Whoever you use it on, well, they're either gonna die or they're gonna wish they were dead. You can slip it into their food, their drink. Hell, if you wanted to, you can coat a dagger in it and just go about it in a more brutal fashion. All that matters is you get it inside of them.
That's what she said. Yeah. Well, if that's the case, what target did you have in mind? I'm sure you're not giving me this out of the kindness of your heart.
I want for you to target the machine. Get rid of him. He seems to be the biggest threat to the operation.
Well, I might be able to do that, but at the same time, I'm not the type to get all sentimental, but we do have a shared value, all three of us. We were banished to that wonderful place they called Sandfalls, and in a weird way, I consider the other people there sort of family to me.
What happened to no honor among thieves?
Well, he's not a thief, so I guess I have some honor. With him, at least. But if you need him dead, that might be something I'd be able to do. Depends on how I feel about him that day.
I see.
Outside of that, is there any other targets you were thinking of? President, Prime Minister, street whore who you don't want anybody to know about your kid with?
If you feel too sentimental to dispose of the machine, then the next best target would probably be Othello. I know he's
Who?
still Othello. That's the other player character. I know
Gotcha.
I know he's still alive. If he were to die,
Yes.
then excuse me. If he were to die, then things would be much easier for me.
See, now that's one that I might be able to do for you. I don't really give a damn about him, and we're not exactly on the best of terms. And what exactly would be the pay for this?
The pay, you say? Well, let's just say that the 200 there is just chump change by comparison. You can expect
That's what I like to.
You can expect at least 10 times that much.
Let's see. Well, if you can make it the low sum of 200,000 coins, I think we might be in business.
200,000.
Yes. What's a fifth of a million between friends?
Something
And you look like the type who has plenty of money, so I'm sure you're not hurting for it, being the head of an empire and all.
fine. 200,000 it is. Though I can't promise I'll be able to get it to you in one lump sum, but you will have your coin.
Alright, well, fair enough. Seems like a good enough deal to me. And, when exactly do you want him dead by?
As soon as possible.
Alright, well, I'll just wait for the opportunity. You'll know about it when you hear people crying.
I do look forward to it.
Yes. Oh, and one last thing before we end this little discussion. I hope you don't mind, but I plan to poke around here a little bit more to spy on you guys. I might take a thing or two, but nothing serious.
By all means, go ahead. And be sure to leave the way you came out.
Oh, I will. It would be a hell of a jump from this height anyway.
Best of luck. And he turns to walk out the door.
Oh, what was your name again? Kind of hard making a deal with somebody if you didn't exchange names first.
Arden. And you?
Kedi.
Well then, Kedi, I think we have a bright future ahead of us. You and I.
Oh, I think we just might. In the meantime, I wish you well. Or something like that. I'll be out of this place maybe in an hour or so.
Good. He turns and he walks out the door. Okay, so, was there anything else you were looking to do around the ship?
To be honest, outside of the captain's quarters, let's see what I could do to help these guys out. I heard something about the shield being down. Would I would I have any idea of where they would keep like shield stuff?
The core is made of mudrite, so there's not particularly too much you can do about that at the moment.
Ah, gotcha.
I mean, if you wanted to, like, play the betrayer kind of deal, you could, like, sabotage it. It's up to you, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
people
don't.
cost a lot.
Yeah. Hold on. What did you say?
Machine.
I heard something about an ocelot.
No, sorry, am I cutting out?
No.
You did.
Oh, never mind, it was just a joke.
Oh man. Was it a Metal Gear Solid joke?
Yeah,
That's
well,
what it sounded
Metal
like.
Gear, yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what it sounded like.
So-
Anyway, yeah, we're gonna go take over that big ass Rex. I'm gonna use it against them. They'll never see it coming.
No, Ocelot betrays everyone.
So yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, you could like you could try and sabotage the shield or the engine.
All right. My main question would be: would that in any way affect the story that has already happened?
Yeah.
Got you. And that's the main thing I don't want to do. I don't want to, change any of the facts to what happened the
wait.
last session.
No. That wouldn't change anything. This is happening after that.
Oh, this is after that?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I thought it was during that. All right.
No.
Got you. If that's the case, then let's see. How could I cause the most destruction around here? If I were, what exactly powers these things engine-wise?
The way the engine works, as far as you know, the modrite's energy is tapped into, sort of like electricity. It's then converted and it spins the rotor, propelling the ship forward. The shield is a bit more complex. You're not exactly sure how that works. All you know is if you damage the core, well, the rest of it goes.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna mosey on over to that core sneakily.
Alright. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Will do.
That'll be 2D, or not 2D10, it'll be a D20 ability plus a skill.
Wait, I thought it was 2d20.
No, that's 1D20.
Oh, okay. Give me a second to pull up my character sheet. I don't know why it didn't stay up. I was looking at it a second ago.
Gotcha.
And let's see for my sneak abilities. What would I be using there? Is that a ability thing?
Yeah, ability and a skill.
Got you. Alright. And heading over to Discord and typing. And you gotta go into the roll thing. Alright, there we go. Finally. Is it, oh, never mind. Is it /R or R/?
/R.
Actually,
Slasher.
/R. 1d20. And here comes a terrible roll. Let's see what I got.
Whew,
Oh, shit.
That ain't terrible at all. Alright, you make it over there. Nobody notices you. You're just chilling out behind some crates. Perhaps under a cardboard box,
Yeah. Let's see. From underneath my cardboard box, I'm looking around. Does it seem like in this engine core room, I'm kind of chilling on the outskirts of the doorway if I can, trying to get a good eye of the situation? Are there any people in here protecting the core or working on it in any fashion?
Yes. There is at least a dozen people. Some of them armed, some of them not. Some of them working on the core, some of them guarding it.
Gotcha. Alright, well, time to look at that old character sheet and see what I got here. Uh-huh. Alright.
By the way,
Alright, I got nothing. Whole lot of nothing.
Alright.
We'll figure this out, though.
By,
Alright,
by the way,
uh-huh.
you never did decide what your tinge did, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What was that major runner-up I said the last session? There was something. I should have wrote this. Why the
Invisibility?
fuck did Yeah, why the hell did I not write it down? I had one, but I forgot to put it on my character sheet for some reason.
I think one of them was you could like see the worth of a person.
Yeah. And there was another one that was like transporting in and out. Oh, it was the one where I can move through shadows, but I technically already got that one, so that would be redundant.
There was also invisibility and picking from afar, I think, as well.
Picking what from afar?
Pockets.
Pockets.
Oh, see, now
Basically,
that,
teleporting objects.
that, my friend, is a goddamn genius idea. Let's see. Pocketing things from a distance.
Is that what you,
Dimensional pocket.
is that what you want?
Man, I'm really thinking about it. Give me just a second here, because, man, that one's actually genius. I'm not gonna lie to you. Alright, but if I'm pocketing things from a distance, in fact, that could work with the current power that I got from the other guy, where instead of moving myself through the shadows, or shadow realm, or whatever it's called, I can move other objects through it to myself.
That's a goddamn genius.
Goddamn genius. But I want to do one thing. All right, I'm gonna run this idea by you real quick. All right, you remember when I was telling you about the what is it called? The Chronicles of Amber, where there were two types of people, or two different sides. There was the chaos side, and there was the pattern side. And the pattern side could move through locations by like gradually changing what was around them, while the chaos side could pull things to them from other places by imagining exactly what it is that they want.
Yeah.
I think I want something close to the second one, where maybe, I don't know, possibly moving things to myself, but they don't have to be within eyesight. I just have to think about exactly what it is that I want and spend enough potential to get it.
Like a sort of like a universal pull.
Yeah.
All right, I'm cool with that. Is this pull
All right.
like telekinesis kind of pull, or?
Yeah, it would be a telekinesis kind of thing where if I know where an object is, or I know, you know, exactly what the object is I'm trying to pull out of the ether of the universe, I guess it would just show up in my hand if that would work. That's cool with you?
Yeah, that's fine. You can just like pull it through the shadows and it'll appear.
Yeah, and I feel like the larger the object is or the farther away it is, the more potential I have to spend to get it.
I agree. Yeah.
All right, well, I think we got something here, boys. With that being said, now I just got to figure out how to get rid of this engine core, and I got it. Oh, no, I don't have it. I don't know where that is.
Do you have grenades?
I personally do not have grenades, but that is a good idea. If I were to sneak, in fact, I'm just going to sneak down to, I guess where their armament room is, like where they keep all of the
1 second.
bombs and artillery and stuff for this thing.
Or are you just gonna like try to like blow the fucking ship up?
Yeah, just move one of those missiles to the engine core. Just, you know, Patrick Starfish style.
I'm just
Move that.
I'm just gonna send you a message real quick.
Alright.
Oh man, I don't even get to hear it.
That's because it's a secret. Big old secret.
Well, technically, I shouldn't know anything that your character's doing.
There you go. I sent the
Yeah.
message.
Alright. Oh yeah, I could just do that. Wait a second, I got a better idea here. Let's see what we're doing. And yes, I do understand what you just typed in that message would probably be pretty stupid of me to do. But when I was exploring our ship, did our ship have any armaments in it?
Yes.
All right. Do I remember any of them?
Uh, there were explosives, if that's what you're wondering.
All right. Good enough. Good enough. I'm gonna be thinking of an explosive that's maybe something slightly bigger than a grenade, but not a whole goddamn missile, since that might be problematic.
All right. You reach through the ether intuitively, and you feel an object, two objects appearing in your hands. And in your hands materializes not one, but two grenades.
Oh man, it's a done deal now, boys.
Give a man a grenade, he thinks he's Superman. Give a man 2 grenades, he thinks he's God.
I'm unstoppable. Alright, now that I got these 2 things, I'm still kinda huddled up in this corner with 2 hot-ass grenades in my hand, scoping out the situation.
Just to clarify, you haven't actually gotten into the arms room? You're like standing in the hallway just outside.
Oh, no. If I just pulled the grenades out of my own armament room for my ship, I would have just stayed near the shield core area.
Oh, okay, I got you. Then yeah, you're still there.
Yeah. And let's see, how protected is this core? Like, if I just threw a grenade at it, what are my chances of it just going boom?
You'd probably destroy the cores with these 2 grenades rather easily.
Alright. Gotcha. This is what I'm gonna do, though. You see him pull the pins out of both of the grenades, and he's just holding them in his hands. And would I have to roll for accuracy for these 2 throws, or?
No, not at all.
Alright. He prepares himself to make this shadow leap the fuck out of here. And right before he goes to disappear back to where he was before getting on this ship, he throws both of the grenades.
Alright. You toss the grenades into the room. Immediately you hear the guards inside, and they're like, "Grenade!" And you jump through the shadows just as an explosion just ripples out behind you. You're looking back, and you see flames coming towards you, and then you tumble out the other side. Your feet perhaps being licked by the heat, and the pathway closes.
Got you. You see there's like a little fire on his pants, and he's furiously trying to put it out, like, not this shit again.
Alright, you land back on the, your ship, and above you, Escalon stands, and he asks, "I assume then that your visit went well?"
Yeah, you can say something like that. A bit too well. Goddamn, caught my own pants on fire. He's still kind of patting at the area where it was, just in case, remembering that last leg burn injury.
Good. I think the machine wanted to see you. He has plans.
That brooding individual always has plans. That's sure. Alright. No need to rest or anything, not like I just blew up a ship by myself. He starts walking over to, wait, where the fuck is the machine, he says out loud.
I believe he's on the deck of the ship.
Of course he is. The place farthest from where I currently am. Alright, I'll walk up there.
Alright. Machine, you find yourself on the deck of the ship. What are you doing currently, out of curiosity?
If I remember correctly, I was getting ready to sail off to Sandfalls.
Gotcha. Okay. You hear footsteps behind you, and, Kedi comes walking up.
Ah, Kedi. Nice to see you for once.
The same. What's going on, though?
Oh, I don't know if you saw it before, but I've lost an arm. Nothing big.
He looks at where that arm was. Huh. Well, maybe you're better off without it.
Yeah. Now I'm just a one-armed bandit.
It's got a nice ring to it, I'm not gonna lie.
Is that a reference to something? I swear to God, that's a reference to something.
It sounds like a reference to something, I'm not gonna lie.
It's a reference to a slot machine.
Fuck, that's right.
But those haven't been invented yet.
Yet, he says.
This bit of history right here is where they get the idea for the name of it. Just reading about this person in the past called Machine, called himself the One-Armed Bandit.
Is he going to turn Farso into like a bunch of casinos after everything is said and done?
Oh, totally. That'd be awesome.
Continue, though. Continue.
Oh, well, yeah, that sucks, but I don't know. Maybe you'll be able to get one of those prosthetics, or maybe one of these magic people will be able to help you.
No idea what you're talking about. Oh well.
The weirds.
Ah. The grifters.
Yeah. Maybe they got something that'll, heal you right on up. Throw a little potion on it, next thing you know, baby arms growing right back.
Wouldn't be the weirdest thing you've ever seen.
True that.
So anyway, I was planning on sailing up to Sandfalls. Will you join me?
Number one, that's a terrible idea. Why would you do that? I just got out of that place. We both did. It was fucking horrible. Why the hell do you want to go back there?
To get everyone else.
Trying to save the world is how you probably lost that first arm.
No.
Who knows what else you'll lose if you keep this up.
No, that isn't how I lost that one.
Oh, well, how the hell did you lose it?
Love problems.
I understand. Jacked off too furiously and it fell right off.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us. That's why I like the alternate hand.
Careful, you might lose them both.
Oof. And then how'll I beat my dick?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, I guess, what exactly do you plan to do in Sandfalls? I don't know if I'm trying to go back to that place, but it depends on the reason, I suppose. And wouldn't you be abandoning the people here doing that?
No, they'll be fine without me for a little bit.
Now, what exactly are you going to do there? How are you going to free all those people?
Well, first I'm going to meet with my old Lale Louvre.
Who?
The Lale Louvre.
Just making up words at this point, though.
The Lale Lulelo.
Ah, that one. See, you left the low out.
Yeah.
Alright, but yeah, what is that?
I don't know. Would you know of that character?
Out of character, I know nothing about it. That's why I'm asking. GM, come in, help us. The hell is that? Did I know about it?
I don't even know what it is, man. He's lost me.
Really? You don't remember? That's the assassin, or that's the organization he worked for.
Oh.
That's a terrible name.
I'm assuming it's like this, Salalalu, or something like that.
Yeah.
Sounds like. Alright, back in character. Oh, those guys. Your little organization. I've been meaning to tell you for a while, that's a stupid name. Sounds like a nursery rhyme or something.
Well, it was made because it doesn't exist in one of the languages.
It doesn't exist in any language for a good reason. Gibberish.
No, like literally the L character does not exist in the Farso language.
Ah. Well, yeah, whatever works for you.
That would explain.
And what exactly?
That would explain then why they don't understand the concept of love, wouldn't it? Escalon says as he steps into the scene.
Yeah, well, for whatever reason, it's pretty useful.
Well,
Good
anyway,
luck
the
writing a
name.
letter that you don't understand.
Well, the name doesn't matter as much anyway. So you're gonna meet up with your old assassin pals and free a whole continent.
Well, no. At least get as many of the people I knew back. Get them to join us. And then whoever else we can get is a bonus.
Gotcha. Well,
I forgot to ask you, Kedi. Did you find
uh,
anything useful while you were in that ship?
oh yeah. He reaches into his satchel, pulls out the map that has all of their target locations and things like that, and the journal that he got from the officer's desk.
Hmm. Roll out that map real quick.
He takes it and rolls it across the ground so he can open it all the way up.
Escalon leans down and he begins to examine the map. It looks like they only have a few detachments in Sandfalls. They don't seem to be taking the threat there very seriously. Perhaps
Well, it is
even,
literally all sand, so.
perhaps even they've allied themselves with the Throsians. I don't know.
No matter what, the resistance still exists.
Indeed.
I admire this plan of yours, saving all your old buddies, even some of my old buddies, but how the hell are you gonna get them back here is the real question. It's not like you have an armada of ships.
We have a ship, and yeah.
Just a ship, a singular ship for the whole continent.
Now, that should be enough for what I need.
All right, well, if we're gonna go that way anyway, I might as well try to see if I can figure out where some of my old pals went. You can call them that.
It would probably be best for you not to approach Sandfalls through the ship.
Well, it would be best if we didn't approach Sandfalls at all, in my opinion.
Perhaps. But we could use their help.
Who is this we individual? Everybody's talking about we nowadays. We're gonna do this. We're gonna save them. We're gonna
I
change
never
the
said
planet.
we. I never said we.
Oh, well. Yeah, you're from Sandfalls, so that's not exactly a word they use there.
Yeah.
With all that being said, what is the plan here? If I'm gonna be fighting a war for somebody else, I'd like to know what the hell we're trying to accomplish.
Total freedom.
We're trying to quell the threat that the Throsians pose.
Oh, that reminds me, when I was on the ship, somebody was talking about a guy named, what was it? Started with an A. Arden, I think it was. Ever heard of him?
Oh, I have indeed. But I'm not
Have
the only one.
What
Yeah,
was going?
how does Machine react to the mention of Arden? You remember this is the man that hired you, that sort of started all this.
Oh yeah, that weirdo.
Oh, you know of him too?
Yeah, he's the guy who, let's just say he's why I was in jail
How'd that
last.
happen?
He betrayed me.
Hmm. Well, that's good information to know.
He cannot be trusted. Arden, he promises all sorts of things. He tells sweet lies, lures you in, and then, when you least expect it, when you most need his loyalty, he betrays you.
Yeah, and he doesn't pay you either.
Well, now I'll be sure to stay clear of that guy. But yeah, they were talking about him like he had, like he was the person controlling all those people back there. You got any idea of exactly what his power would be?
He could be something similar to Machine's power, where he can manipulate the emotions of others, bring out quality, or suppress one.
Hmm.
Though
And how?
you should
Oh,
be,
go ahead.
though you should be fairly safe. After all, you too are tinged. It would be much harder for him to affect you into the machine with such an ability.
Hmm. All right. He doesn't have the ability to hear across distances or anything, does he?
Well, and as you say that, Escalon's eye just, the one eye that you can see, it just sort of like flashes with knowing. That's how he's been doing it. I see. He walks over to you, Machine, and he looks at you and he says, "Be still for a moment." And he just sort of looks at you, Escalon does, and it's almost uncomfortable the way he's looking at you. And then he just whispers, "Ah," and he outstretches his hand towards you, grabs a hold of your shoulder, right? And you see this red aura begin to be drawn into his hand as he's sort of like pulling away from you. It's almost like a piece of gum stuck to a table as you're like pulling it off. And then he pulls it off and sort of snaps off of you. He clasps it in his hands and then he crushes it. He attached a bit of his aura to you.
You can do that?
You can do many things with such power. It's how he's been tracking us, how he's been knowing our movements this whole time.
Oh shit, you should have told me how to do that. I could have made some use out of that.
Kedi turns to, the hell is his name? God damn it.
Escalon.
Escalon, there we go. He turns to Escalon and says, I think he might have been on that ship. I'm not trying to take any chances being spied on in my private, so you might want to check me also.
He walks over to you, and he looks you over. No, you're clean. In order for such a thing to have occurred, he would have had to have made physical contact with you. However, he focuses a bit more. There is something in your pocket.
He reaches down and pulls out that bag of 200 coin. You mean this? What about it?
May I, for a moment?
As long as you're not trying to steal it, he says as he hands it over.
I have no need for coin. He looks the bag over. I see. How clever.
And what's that?
It's fortunate that you did not lay hands on this silver. If you had, well, it would not have ended well for you.
And what do you mean by that?
It is, how do I say, cursed, in a way.
Ah.
It would
And,
it would sap your own power, place you under his control, and then you'd be nothing more but a slave.
Gotcha.
It controls
Well, who
people
knew?
for money.
Who knew random bags of money could do such a thing? Last time I pick up a bag full of coins.
As I said, he lures you in and then traps you. And he does the same thing, the aura sort of just snaps off of the bag. Now it's safe. Here. And he hands it back to you.
Nice. And how exactly would I get this power to see the aura of others implanted? I like to know that the money and other objects I handle from now on are well safe to handle.
Arden is clever. He has a good teacher, to say the least. I can teach you a few tricks of your own. The way that he did this is he spread the aura out, made it thin across the coins. You wouldn't be able to see it unless you focused intently on it. The same thing goes with the machine. You spread the aura out, made it not so obvious. But there are other things that you can do with it as well. For instance, you can make an arm out of it.
Yeah, but who would have use for that?
Who would have use for an arm that most people can't see? Well, an assassin would, I would say.
Yeah, you didn't detect the sarcasm.
Well, no, I didn't. To be fair, it sounded exactly like you usually speak. Sorry.
The joke is he's missing an arm.
God damn it. Continuing on, there are other things as well. You can use it to move faster than you normally would be able to, jump higher, deflect bullets, protect you from other physical attacks. And the uses go on. Those are just the practical physical uses. There's also the other qualities of your aura. You can use it to enhance the strikes of your weapons, make it penetrate through other barriers, things of that nature.
Can I supercharge a bullet?
I don't personally use firearms. I haven't found much of a use for them, but in theory, yes.
I'll need you to teach me something then, just in case I have to use it. That one trick about piercing through barriers.
I see. Do you have a weapon?
He pulls a knife out.
Escalon draws the broadsword at his side. Watch closely. And you see the aura erupt out of Escalon, this sort of blackish red color. And you see it coalesce around the blade of the sword. With this, I would be able to pierce through a tinged shield, or an object infused with a tinged aura. But there's another thing that I can do as well. Watch. And he slices through the air, and you see the aura fly off of the blade and cut into a nearby pole on the ship. You can extend the range of your weapon considerably. But in doing this, you leave yourself open to an attack. You won't be able to use your aura to shield yourself.
Alright. Well, it's risky, but thanks for showing it to me. Like I said, I have a feeling I might need to use that sometime soon.
I recommend...
Couldn't you also use that to create a weapon?
A smile crosses his face. Correct. And in fact, it would be exceptionally useful to anyone that couldn't see aura, any non-tinged. The weird, they can feel it, but they cannot see it. As for regular humans, well, they're completely in the dark. He outstretches his other hand, and you watch as a blade, similar to his broadsword, forms within it. Doing so, Takes concentration, however. If your focus were to be broken, then the blade would disappear. And then he releases it.
I try to make a gun doing the same thing.
Okay, give me a roll.
What would it be?
Intuition plus a skill if you have one that's applicable.
I tinged,
Sure.
and my... Oh shit, I have to actually open up the real character sheet.
There's a fake one?
No, there's the skill sheet, and then there's the regular one. Three. Yeah, that should be enough. Oh. How'd that get there? Do I have anything better? No. Oh, well, let's just do it. 19.
Alright. Describe the gun being made.
It just sort of forms and builds itself in my hand.
What kind of a gun is it? Is it like a pistol?
One sec, I got a cool idea for this.
Alright.
Let's see if I can find it. Huh? Come on. No, I'll just use this.
What's this? I don't see anything.
Oh, yeah, it's uploaded.
Hey, I'm in the middle of something. Cool. It's like a flintlock pistol? That's pretty cool.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah.
Why didn't you just post it to the general chat?
Oh shit, I put in the wrong chat.
Oh well. Okay, so
Who the heck is it?
you form that within the grasp of your hand. Very well done.
What the hell? I want to see it.
But there
I
are
reposted it.
other structures that you can form as well besides guns.
Yeah, but let me see here. I try to fire it and see if I need to reload it.
You pull the trigger back, and it releases a sort of pellet of your aura. It flies off at high speed and just like silently, in fact, pierces through the hull of the ship.
Oh, I wasn't firing at the ship.
Oh, where were you firing at?
Ah, in the ocean?
Down below? Okay, you fire it off, and it just sort of flies off in the distance.
Well, that's certainly a cool trick. I have a lot more questions myself now. Could I use my aura to make myself harder to see by normal people? Those who can't see aura and things like that?
Potentially, yes. You could perhaps partially phase yourself into the world of shadows. Only partially. That way you exist between this world and that world.
Alright, well that's useful. And how exactly does this aura thing work? Is it like chakras? Is it... Where does it come from? What powers it? How does it go throughout your body? How do you direct it?
It is the force of yourself. If you will it to be, then so it shall. Comes from within you.
Actually, do normal people... Out of character question. Do normal people have... Oh yeah, normal people have auras. Never mind. You answered that question last session.
They do, but it's usually nowhere near as powerful as a tinged.
Yeah.
Or a shade.
Wait, there's a
Gotcha.
difference?
Yeah.
Uh,
Go ahead.
oh, okay. The hell was I about to say?
Oh, sorry.
Let's see. I had one more. Oh, could you show us that trick on being able to spy on people by implanting aura?
Certainly. First thing you do for such an ability to work is that you have to have physical contact with your targets. For instance, he places a hand on your shoulder, Kedi. It only needs to be for a moment. And then he takes his hand off, and you see like traces of his aura, and it just sort of like sinks into your shoulder and disappears. The aura will hide itself from within. But this trick is not very useful to those who are aware of such things. Using it against another tinged or a shade will prove to be very useless.
And why is that?
They'll be able to see it coming.
Ah,
Though,
And how do I? Oh, go ahead.
if you were to afflict them with such an ability before they were to gain their abilities, then they would be unaware of it, as you have seen. Once the ability is implanted, they won't notice it. You'd have to specifically be looking for it. So if you were to catch them unconscious, then that would also be much to your advantage. Though if that were the case, I don't know why you wouldn't just end them there. Unless you wanted to track their movements.
It could be useful. And when you do this, can I only know where they are, or can I see through their eyes? Can I hear through their ears? Could I talk through their mouth?
You can know of their location.
Oh, well, is it possible to do those other things? I like to do some mischievous things with that if possible.
Not for everyone, no. You would need a specific tinge to have an ability like that. Something similar to the machine, for instance.
Ah, gotcha. Well, if that's the case, I think I'll just settle for tracking people. Better than not having powers.
There is another important piece of information that you should know. Two, in fact. If anything were to happen to the shade that granted a tinged their power, then the tinged would lose their ability. However, a shade cannot be killed in this world. It has to be killed within Shadolm for it to actually die.
Well, that's complicated.
Wait, what happened to yours then? The guy who gave you yours then?
You assume that I'm human. How naive.
Nah, it doesn't really matter if you're human or not. We've seen that everything can be killed so far. So we're all equal.
If you're not human, can I ask what exactly are you?
Well, that's not exactly accurate. I do admit I fibbed a bit. I was human. Now I'm just something that looks human.
And who did that?
It was through my own doing.
Ah, so I could do it too.
You could, yes, but it's not an existence that I would recommend.
Why?
Immortality isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Oh, you kind of went out on me. I didn't really hear that, to be honest.
Oh, can you hear me now? Oh shit, my internet is fucking up. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay,
Gotta pay your bills on time there, buddy.
dude, my ping just skyrocketed up to 10K. What the hell?
What the hell? What the hell?
It's back.
Someone.
It's back now, but what the hell?
It's
Getting
probably
hacked by the
DN
Chinese?
I don't even know. I just saw my connection like tank, and then it's back now though. So immortality is not all it's cracked up to be.
Oh, that part I don't care about. It's the other stuff.
You know, the not being killed section.
Ah, that part don't matter.
I see me and you have a very different set of values.
Yeah, that's why I have one arm and you have two.
Hey.
Well, the other piece of information that you should know is that if you die, then you will fall as well. You'll be denied whatever is waiting you after death, and you'll be stuck as I am until you...
There's stuff waiting after death?
Well, yes. Does that surprise you?
Yeah.
It's not like anything that we can comprehend as humans. Really, I've only caught glimpses of it myself. I scarcely understand it, but there is something. That much I can
So
say
there-
for certain.
So it's not just blackness.
No.
Ah, that's boring.
I think our friend's going through a small existential crisis at the moment.
My best piece of advice is don't die. It's not worth it.
Well,
Okay.
I'll do my best. With that being said, out of character, what else were we planning this session?
You guys were planning to go to Sandfalls and try and recruit more people into your little army. However, if you don't want to do that, that's completely fine. It's up to you guys.
Kedi says, well, anyway, that's all well and fun. I guess if you're gonna go to Sandfalls anyway, I might as well go with you. I have some unfinished business there. But before we do that, I'd like to talk to, what was it, Escalon? Yeah.
Alright.
Alone.
Okay. Before that, though, he says there's one more trick I wish to show you. Something that could save your life. Potentially.
Is it how to come back after death? Because that'd be kind of useful.
No, not quite. But being able to prevent your death is far more useful. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, after all. As I've shown you before, it is possible to deflect blows. All you need to do so is focus your aura around your body. Simple as that.
Mhm.
It'll protect you from most attacks, except for imbued ones. That is the exception. Then it becomes a clash of wills.
Well, I'll definitely keep that one in mind then. Oh, hello?
Yeah.
Anybody there?
Yeah, so
Okay. Yeah. Alright.
in any case, so you wanted to talk to Escalon alone?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, he walks with
I
you.
guess, hold on.
Yeah, what's
For
up?
the machine before we leave, I'll just tell the machine, all right, if we're gonna be going to Sandfalls, I guess start making the preparations. Wait, are we all going? Is this a group trip? What ship are we taking here?
No, we're taking mine if you go with me. We're not forcing you.
Oh, I'll go with you. If you're gonna be gathering an army, I have a few people who I think might be useful for you.
Very well. Let's begin the preparations. With that, Escalon begins to walk down below deck. Do you follow him?
Yeah.
Alright, you follow him. How do you approach the conversation?
I got you. I pretty much go up to him and say, hey, I need to speak to you in private for a second. I found the item that I got from the same place next to the bag, and, well, I just want to make sure that it's not cursed also, and maybe know a little bit more about what it is exactly.
Let me see it.
He pulls out the vial and hands it to him.
He takes a look at it. It's poison, by the looks of it. Very deadly.
Yeah, that's a...
Very deadly. If I'm not mistaken, this is poison from one of the beasts within Sandfalls. If a man were to be bitten by this, well, he wouldn't last for very long.
Alright.
Paralysis would set in quickly. Pain, excruciating pain, shortly thereafter. And then, death. He hands it back to you. Use it well.
Alright, will do. Oh, and also, would you mind taking that little bit of aura of yours out?
Certainly. He places his hand back on your shoulder, and he removes the aura that he had implanted earlier. Was there anything else?
Not that I can think of. I think that's pretty much it. Are you going to be traveling to Sandfall with us?
Yes.
Well, I guess I better go rest for this journey then.
That would be wise.
Alright. Well, I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
If you have more questions, just feel free to come and find me. And he, walks off.
Alright, he kind of, Kedi just nods and then heads towards, his sleeping quarters.
Gotcha. Okay, so, Val,
Mm-hmm.
how do you, prepare to sail? By the way, does your ship have a name? Did you decide to give it a name?
I guess we haven't.
Also, do you have any other crew members on the ship?
Yeah, the 50 men I have.
All 50 of them? Damn.
Yeah,
It rolling deep out there.
you don't leave those men behind.
Alright, tell me about your
Oh,
pilot.
hold on. Where the fuck were these? Hold on. I feel like I'm missing something here, because last thing I remembered, it was you, me, and a bunch of those weirdos who saved us. I don't remember no goddamn ship with 50 individuals.
You guys, rescued the prisoners, remember? From the,
Yeah,
camp?
but where did the ship come from?
Oh, they attacked it. The camp, and they stole several of the ships.
Oh, got you. All right, cool. Never mind then.
Yeah. As for where they were during the scene, they were asleep.
Oh, okay, got you. I'm out there working hard, stealing. Y'all sleeping and shit.
Okay, I think I thought of a name for the ship.
Alright, tell me about your pilot, also.
We have one?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, one pilot, check.
Yeah, he wears sunglasses at night.
Is this guy a blind man?
No. He just got a large cataracts on both his eyes.
But he's not blind, though.
No.
He keeps muttering something about the Russians.
Oh my god.
Yeah. They're talking about phantom pain.
Oh my god.
I think I heard him say something about two snakes or something. I don't know what he was going
Yeah,
on
it's
about.
something about twin snakes.
What the fuck?
Oh, twins. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Dude, I can't even right now.
And he said something about a drink, maybe. What was that drink called? It was an energy drink, I think. Something called Liquid Ocelot.
Yeah, and he had a huge fascination with this hamburger. Remember that? No.
Nah, I missed that one.
It's too long to explain.
All right. But yeah, I guess what are you doing to get those preparations ready?
Now we get all the stuff ready, the ship all maintenance, all the supplies on deck, etc.
Alright.
Oh, another out of character question. If we're going to Sandfalls, what the hell are the rest of the characters going to be doing tomorrow?
Preparing for the assault on Versa.
Ah, got you.
And by the way, the name of the ship is the Love Boat.
Of course it is.
Beautiful.
Of course it is.
We just got to keep it away from the danger zone.
Oh, you
I think this is the most references we've squeezed into one session. We're going for a record here.
Yeah, clearly. Clearly.
Yeah.
Alright, so you prepare through the night. The dawn breaks over the horizon, and you begin your trek towards Sandfalls, back towards your home, so to speak, almost.
Got you.
If you might call
Before
it
we're
that.
doing that, when we're waking up in the morning, preparing for all this, I'm gonna say, hey, hold on 1 second, the machine, and if that is your full name,
May as well.
the machine, the machine, not just machine.
You could call me Machine.
Got you, and also other guy whose name I forget that sounds like mescaline.
Escalon.
Yeah, mescaline.
Enough. Yeah, that dude mescaline. He's been helping us out this whole time. I feel like we're imagining him sometimes, though. But yeah, I say, hold on, guys. I'm gonna talk to the rest of our crew first before we ship off. Who knows if we'll ever see him again, you know?
Alright.
Actually, should I do this? No, I'm not gonna do it now. I'm gonna save that for later.
Okay.
Alright, never mind, guys. I got everything.
False alarm. Let's continue. Alright. And you begin your journey towards Sandfalls, sticking high above, trying to avoid being spotted by anyone. You're way above the continent now, and you look down below and you can see several Ferocian vessels sort of just circling around, along with the main city within Sandfalls. It's sort of like a... Have you guys ever played the Jack games, by any chance?
The what games?
Jack, like Jack and Dexter? Have you ever played those?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's sort
Or
of
did
like...
you say the Dexter game?
Whatever. It's like It's like the city in Jack 3's, like Spartacus, I think it's called. Kind of like that. If you can imagine something like that.
Sure.
Okay. Not very well developed. No electricity, nothing like that. So it seems to be under martial law at this point.
Wait, it wasn't before?
You don't know. It's been quite a while since you've been here. If you're referring to like how it was ran before, they pretty much just dropped you off in the desert and let you fend for yourself. Like, if you were banished here, that's pretty much how your life went. It's a place where they just abandon people. So you're hanging out in the sky, high above this area. You haven't been spotted by anyone. One of your crew asks, "Machine, what do we do now?"
I explain how to make contact with the Lalelu.
Okay. How do you make contact?
I mentioned something about I will have to go in before you all, and then I sort of like get off the ship.
Alright, how do you get off the ship though? You're like high up in the air.
Oh, I guess I maneuver gear down.
That is one hell of a draw. If he just like grabs some of the fucking maneuver gear, just jumps.
Wait, can you do that?
Yeah, I mean, you can try.
Wait, is that not what these things were meant for?
Not particularly, no, but you can definitely pull it off. I mean, it's possible.
What's the DC?
20.
No, I put a rope down.
This is a long fucking rope, friend.
How many feet?
Well, to give you an idea, you can see the ships, the Ferocian ships, down below, hovering above the city. So you are really high up. Also, there is 4 ships, 4 enemy ships, tier 1.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to first give a speech.
Alright.
Let me just roll first.
You're gonna roll and then make your speech?
Yeah, I think that's better.
Okay.
Strong click. Okay, it's pretty good.
Yeah, go ahead. Give us a pretty good speech, friends. Give us a pretty good speech.
Okay, men, we're about to go into battle against our formidable enemy. They outnumber us, but they're pussies. So we should be able to win this before noon.
Very inspiring.
It works.
Very inspiring. I am just genuinely impressed. Your crew seems to be as well. They sort of just like, ah! As they prepare. So you're really just gonna like go in there guns blazing against these motherfuckers?
Yeah, we're gonna take out all their ships. I've taken out more ships at once before.
Kedi is just looking at this like, man, this guy he just has never heard of the concept of the game plan.
Nope. He has winged everything ever.
Alright then.
Explains it.
Give us a roll. Because we're gonna do 3 rolls here, beginning, middle, end. So give us a roll for the beginning with a +5 advantage because you're not seen.
+5 plus whatever?
It'll be your intuition plus your 5 bonus plus a skill if you have one.
I don't even know what skill would work for that. Let's see here. Would being able to the speak help?
No. No.
Nah, speech wouldn't help.
Nah.
Orate wouldn't work.
Nah, because this is for the actual, like, battle itself.
Okay, then. Here we go.
Wow.
Now we do better.
God damn.
They suck.
You always do so well in these opposed checks. It's insane. Okay, so you swoop in from above, and your men, they immediately just fire the guns on the side of the ship, catching one of the vessels down below completely off guard, tearing through its shields, and then shortly thereafter, just completely decimating the balloon. It pops and they rapidly begin to lose altitude as they just plummet down below. Another of the other three ships at this point begin to engage against you, sort of like coming in from all directions. All right, let's make a roll for the middle of the battle. Wow.
I win.
Alright, so here's what happens. Your shields are brought down, and your pilot yells out, "Captain, the shields and engine are down!" And the rest of your men, they focus their fire on the closest ship. They bring its shields down. One of them gets a lucky shot and pierces into the ammunition compartment, and the ship just erupts into flames. But at this point, you're starting to get heavy fire. On your next roll, reduce your roll by 3.
By how? Oh, by 3.
Yep. What the fuck? Wow! Wow!
Yeah, still. Yeah, even with the -3 in there, still
Okay,
24.
so
And they roll a 5.
So the enemy tries to press its advantage, but their men, they seem very uncoordinated. Not really surprising for the Ferocian pigs, right? And you just, once more, you
They
just,
were all drunk.
yeah, they were all drunk. There you go. Everything makes sense now. You focus your fire on the last 2 ships, and you manage to bring them both down. However, your ship is heavily damaged. The pilot, he assesses the damage real quick, and he says, "Well, the core is still good, but it's going to take me a few hours to get this repaired. For the moment, we're sitting ducks up here. If the Frozens decide to come and try and see what's happened, well, it ain't going to end well for us. I suggest
Okay.
whatever you're going to do down there, sir, you just do it quick.
Okay, bring this down. I'll make contact.
If I descend, I won't be able to ascend back up, but alright. By your orders." He descends down into Sandfalls, and a few of them, they walk up to you. It seems while the battle up front was, up in the skies was taking place, they were also having a battle down here in the streets. The resistance saw fit to seize the opportunity and attack at this time. One of them, I'll go ahead. You have connections in Sandfalls, so give me an NPC that approaches you. One that you know. One of your connections. Both of you,
Okay.
both of you can actually, if you want.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. Okay, so there's this man. He's missing an eye, but he does not have an eye patch on. He has a golden glass eye.
Fancy.
He's covered in fancy tattoos. He is not wearing a shirt. He has a beer gut, and he is the leader of the resistance.
Very inspiring. I love the image. Yep. It's Fat Odin, guys. Whoa! Is that his name? Is he Odin?
Ah, sure.
Why not?
Doesn't matter.
Alright, so Odin approaches you, and he just looks at you for a moment. Well, I gotta say, this is a surprise. Didn't think I'd ever see you again.
Not wearing a shirt still, I see.
You gotta get tan somehow out here. Don't you know?
Eh,
I thought that guy'd have you killed for sure. I guess not, huh?
they can't find a way to kill me yet.
Right. Yeah, stretches his hand to you, sort of like, clasping.
I do the same.
Alright.
We do the weird-ass handshake that the Illuminati does.
I thought you guys were the lowly Lolu.
Yeah,
not the Illuminati.
still.
Is that your other name?
Res-
Is that your other
What?
name? Are you guys also known as the Illuminati?
No.
Oh, okay. What about you? What about the NPC that approaches you, Kedi? What's your connection here?
Hello?
I think he's muted.
Hello?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, yep, I'm here. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, I missed like half of that. I didn't hear it for some reason.
What?
Holy shit. Okay, so what was the last thing you heard?
I pretty much missed that whole section about what happened after he jumped down.
Oh, he didn't jump down.
You missed
Oh.
everything.
You missed everything.
Oh yeah, I basically missed the whole thing. Thought I muted myself.
Muted the
Apparently, I muted the audio. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, he just went in guns blazing. Like, he didn't jump down. He just ordered the ship down and, like, ambushed the fuck out of these Ferocians. Apparently, the enemy was completely drunk and totally inept at attacking them. They managed to disable your ship, but you managed to take all 4 of theirs down.
The machine
Oh,
is the
damn.
best leader.
Yeah, teach the Ferocians to be drunk on duty, right?
Yeah.
And now
Kedi.
you've landed in the city, and a NPC that your character has a connection to has approached you. I was wanting for you to describe this NPC.
Oh, I got that for you. Yeah, you're gonna have to give me a solid 10 seconds here.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, and I'm pretty sure everybody saw all of this, right?
Yep.
Well, all right. I step off the ship, and I see who would it be? Who would it be? I need good names here. Give me just a second. Got to come up with the name and everything. All right, there we go. All right. Wait, what are you typing there?
Oh, I'm typing the NPC that Val made.
Oh, gotcha. So basically, once I get off the ship, I see one of I guess you could call him a old friend, although there's a little bit of how would you say, hostility between us. Nothing too major, but he thinks I gave him the short end of a deal on something we were stealing together. That's our connection. We used to when we were both starting out as, amateur cat burglars, we would work together to increase our chances of getting the job done.
Does this person have a name?
Beti. That is Beti.
Beti. Alright. So, Beti, he approaches
Is
you.
it a man or a woman?
That's an interesting question there, buddy, and I'm gonna say a woman just because you brought it up.
Alright, it's Betty. Got it. Betty. Oh, Black Betty.
I
Alright.
like Betty's whiskey.
Oh, hold on. Bati. Beti. There we go.
Alright.
It makes more.
Betty. Gotcha.
She looks like that, right?
Hold on, I'm about to see. Better be hot. Oh,
Kind of is.
Hey, where'd you post it at?
It's in
Oh,
Dice Rolls.
damn it. I keep putting shit in there. It's because everyone else was this time, though.
Alright. So, Betty, how do they approach you? Do they, approach you from the front? Are they coming up from behind? How are they doing this?
Well, nobody's coming up to me from behind, he says as a throwback to 2 sessions ago. But she's coming up in front of me, kind of looking at the ship. She was looking at the ship first as it landed, and then she saw me step out of it, and so she's walking up to me with a sense of wonder, like, what the hell are you doing in this situation?
So you finally moving up in the world, huh, Kedi?
Oh, yeah, pickpocketing, stealing from rich old people wasn't doing it for me anymore. I wanted to get the big money.
Huh. Don't suppose you got some of that money to split now, do you? You owe me, after all.
Oh, and how much did I owe you again?
Let's find out. About 250.
How about we call it 200 and we're even? He says as he throws the bag in front of her.
She snatches it out of the air. So you mean business. Alright. She straps it to her side.
Oh yeah, 200 coin? That's nothing to me now. I'm working in the big leagues.
I don't suppose you got room up there for another, do you?
Well, we might. It depends on what you've been up to lately.
You're looking at it. She splays her arms back. Ever since Ferosians came, well, we've kind of been stuck here. They just came in, took over the city. But since you guys just so graciously annihilated their forces in the air, we saw fit to, well, seize the opportunity and, well, you see the results. And you look around, you just peer around, and you see the corpses of various different members of Sandfalls, as well as the Ferosian dogs, just lining the streets.
Well, you guys get busy pretty quickly. That was only 10 minutes ago.
Gotta work quick nowadays. No time to waste.
True. Well, we might. I was actually looking, well, not for you specifically, but a couple of our other friends, the old group of thieves. I kind of need some help anyway in that department, and it would be nice to have somebody I could trust to never have my important things around.
Right. Well, whatever you're gonna do, I suggest we do it quickly and get out of here. Once the Ferosians realize that their ships have been taken down, well, they'll be sure to come back here in force.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure we got that handled, though, but, we plan on bouncing pretty soon anyway.
Alright, she, tilts her head towards you, just gesturing for you to follow her. Let's go.
Alright, I'm just gonna, turn back. Well, I don't know where the machine is, but I'm kind of just gonna walk over to him real quick and say, hey, I'm gonna look around for a second. I'll be back. Don't leave without me or I'll have to kill you. With that, he goes back over to her and starts walking.
Alright, she leads you back to the usual spot, I'll say. It's like a...
Oh, yeah.
It's like a old abandoned, almost like a sewer system. So, there's no water really going through it. It's just, a little dig out, so to speak, in the sand. And there you find your 5 other compadres, so to speak. I won't describe each of them individually at this point, but they greet you.
Yeah, we'll do it later. Yep. I'm gonna say there's probably one other important character, and it's a dude probably related to Bati. I don't know how, maybe a cousin or something that we got into the game when we were all kind of new to it. That way you have another character to NPC as.
Alright, you got a name for this person?
Alright, man, give me just a second here, alright? I need to throw another 4 random letters together.
Damn.
Alright, let's see. Alright.
You're gonna run that off the alphabet.
I'm telling you, man, it's getting ridiculous out here nowadays. I don't know how people name their kids. Let's see. It's gonna start with a Z, and I'm just going with Zuko. Alright.
It's gonna end with a Z.
Zuko? Okay. Alright. Does he have a distinctive scar over his eye?
Yep, right on the right side there, buddy.
Hey, smells like cat pee.
Does he dual wield scimitars? Is he a weird?
Sure.
Oh, if he was
If
a weird, that would
those
make
are
stealing
weird.
a whole lot easier.
Oh my god. Are we really doing this, guys?
Yes.
Fuck it. Why not?
Yes.
Alright.
We did it, guys.
Yep. Zuko.
I love how we're all using the dice roller now.
He greets you, and he says to you, "About time you showed back up."
Well, when I turned this thing into a solo act, I didn't think I'd be seeing you guys again. You're just the backup singers after all.
Backup singers. What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
I mean, I'm not saying that I always did all the work, all the surveillance, all the disarming booby traps, all the actual stealing, but it was about 90% me.
You know, the only thing fatter than Odin around here is your ego.
Well, yeah. I pay the cost to be the boss, so you see what type of ship I'm in now.
Yeah, we saw.
Which reminds me, I like to get you guys on board. As much as I loved, kicking it solo, I'm working with a team now and I need other people like myself to get big things done.
They consider for a moment. Well, anything's better than sticking around here.
Oh yeah. And you guys are gonna start to make serious money if you stick around me. He points to the bag that he gave to Bati and says, "That over there, just gave it to her. I got it for a slight job, but that's nothing. I got all types of shit now." And he pulls out one of the what the hell was the name of that gem that starts with an M?
Madre?
Modrite, there we go. God damn it. How the fuck? God. I just closed out my character sheet somehow. Give me just a second.
Okay.
God damn it. Alright. He pulls out the 4 Modrite rings that he has and hands one to each of them. Call this your down payment for services.
Where'd you get these?
Oh. A place very, very far away from here. I can tell you that much. Those should be about, let's say, 200, 300 coin apiece. You should be able to fence them easily.
Alright. Well then lead the way.
Alright. Well, say goodbye to this hellhole that you're living in. We're going to the big leagues, boys. We're stealing from governments now.
Alright, what about you, Machine? What are you doing?
Okay, well, I'm there with Odin.
Yep.
So, I don't know if you've heard, but I've started up my own militia.
Really? That's surprising.
Yeah,
Didn't very much come off as the leader type.
I know, but people seem to really be just doing great when I'm in the wheel. Anyway, I don't know if you heard, but me and this other force that I've been working with, we took over and, well, not took over, freed Gaius from Farce.
Freed Gaius? Back up for a second. Gaius was taken over?
Oh yeah, by far so.
Huh. You don't say.
Anyway, we took it back.
Well, it sounds like they had it coming, if you ask me.
Yeah. And maybe we will deal with that some other time. Anyway, me and my forces, we've been fighting pretty well. And I was wondering if you guys want to just join up with us and put a final end farce out.
Well, martial law ain't very fun. So, I'm with you. And I'm sure the others will be sure to follow.
Cool, cool. I have about 50 men beforehand, so how many are you guys bringing?
We got about 100 strong, I'd say.
That's pretty good.
You know, the rest of these bastards ain't worth nothing, though. My men and I, we're ready. Wherever you go, we follow.
Okay, get as many of you guys as you can on the ships. Bring anything you think would be useful.
Got it. Alright, so
Oh, and by the way, the name of our unit is Skynet.
Skynet, what the fuck, okay. Okay. So you gather your forces. You now, if I'm not mistaken, have about 400 people in your little army.
Oh, my personal one?
Well, no, just your total forces between you and Othello.
Yeah, but I like to keep those two numbers separate.
It's about 50-50 then.
Alright. That's good.
Alright. So, is there anything else you were wanting to do during this session, guys?
I don't know, I think I'm good.
Okay. In that case, we'll say that you get your ship prepared, then you fly out of there back to Gaius, and that's where we're going to end the session at. And I am stopping the recording